Morning, folks. Back with another video. Thought we'd do a reaction video today for a change and talk about some things that are a little bit more important. One of the most annoying things, being a trainer or supervisor is, you bring a young guy under your wing, teach him all your tricks, keep him away from all the vultures like the expensive tool dealers, and make sure he buys the right tools, spends his money in the right place, doesn't get tricked into buying a bunch of expensive, unnecessary nonsense, and finally get him to the point where he's going to make some money doing flat rate repair on automobiles. And the minute they get knowing a little something, they fly the coop. And yeah, it can be a little bit annoying, but never was at a place where I just didn't wish the best, you know. And, you never know what doors will be opened or closed in your life, what bridges you'll have to go back over. So you don't want to burn bridges. You want to keep those relationships going, and you want to keep things positive. You look like the bigger guy in the end. And then if they fly the coop and they failed, they'll won't feel as bad if they got to come crawling back, right? But anyway, with some of that being said, uh, yeah, let's do a reaction to this video.
Well, I see you didn't use your goddamn creative control now, did you? Sitting there in this article telling everybody about God's motherfucking plan, wouldn't you?
I can't believe what we're seeing here. It's a little bit disturbing.
All right, let's read this fucking article for you that got put out that has my name plastered all over it. Let's read this fucking article. First fucking paragraph is a bunch of fucking stupid bitch pussy fucking Nashville shit. Listen to this. Chase Matthew, whose moody 2021 song County Line was certified gold by the Recording Industry of America this August, has joined the Warner Music Nashville roster. Enter, to space it far as fuck away from my name. Then it says, the Nashville native previously released 21 EP County Line and 22 full album Born for This via Ryan Upchurch's Hollowboy Records. Okay, why don't you backtrack a little bit, motherfucker, because the reason that thing is certified gold is because of me. It's because of Creek Squad.
Oh, no. Really? You're going to go there?
Okay. What is her
So
number?
you want us to believe that Chase Matthews has no talent and would never be able to have a hit or get a record deal but for you. We kind of heard the same thing about Luke Combs. We heard the same thing about Justin Adams. We heard the same thing about so many others. I would argue, Ryan, that County Line was doing pretty well before you announced his connection to Hollowboy Records. That song was really popping on TikTok, had over 200,000 plays, and was getting traction. So I don't know. I would argue that he would have probably made it either way. But yeah, we'll let you take credit for his success.
It ain't because of nobody else. It ain't because of you, Warner Nashville, you fucking... Then it goes on to say, quote by Chase, there are a lot of things that are important to me as an artist. I want to be able to stay true to who I am and make music I know will resonate with my fans. No, you want to make fucking music that resonates with every goddamn body in the motherfucking world.
Ryan, I know you gave him a used truck. You gave him a used truck, but he's still allowed to be his own person. He doesn't have to mirror everything you would want him to say or do. He's still allowed to be Chase Matthews, even though you gave him a gift. Just kind of putting that out there.
which means you're about just money, dummy. Then it continues with a statement from Chase that says, Ryan Upchurch gave me an opportunity that
Just about money, dummy. Well, I think at the end of the day, that's what it is all about. You know, we hear about how much money you got every time you make a video. So if it's not about the money, then what is it you're doing? If the money doesn't matter, what is the point? Because I think nobody's life has changed by hearing a country song. Yeah, life, they might enjoy it, might find some comfort in the song. Nobody's life's changed by a country song. It is about the money. It always has been about the money. It's about the money with you, the same as it is anybody else. If you can't make any money doing it, it's kind of pointless, really.
that put me on the map. You should just put Ryan Upchurch put me on the map. Creek Squad put me on the map.
See, I would say no. It helped. Not going to say it didn't help a little bit, Ryan, but I had heard Chase Matthews' song on TikTok before you promoted him, and to be honest, Ryan, you didn't really do that much for Chase. I remember you, and again, you got to understand, I was a pretty dedicated fan. I watched all your videos on all your social media platforms, and I remember you announcing that you were signed him to Holler Boy, and you gave him a used truck. And but then after that, you kind of spent your whole summer messing with Johnny Gobble, and I didn't really see you do much for Chase other than that. What'd you do? You did one gig with him. Turned on your camera and told your crack squad that you signed him, and then that was about it. Really, he was on his own after that.
You've been doing the shit for fucking goddamn years before I fucking even said anything. You lived around here. You put out a song that was called Nashville Crazy. You said my name in the song. It got my attention. I was like, oh, another good old boy from around here. I shout you out. Your fucking music blows up. Your music wasn't getting fucking tremendous numbers until I came along, until Creek Squad came along.
If he wasn't any good, Ryan, here's what it boils down to. It wouldn't matter who mentioned him. If his music wasn't any good, it wouldn't have mattered, right? There's a lot of guys you promoted that didn't make it. So if all it takes is for you to mention someone's name and then that means instant success for them, well, what happened to all the other guys? Because there's only been a couple. Luke Combs is a success, right? Kane Brown, he's a success, right? But what about all the others? I mean, you promoted a lot of duds, dude, and all your promotion didn't help them a bit, because guess what? At the end of the day, people would go listen to their music and it wasn't any good. But Chase Matthews, people went and listened to his music and it was good. And I would argue that, he about another year of him trending on TikTok the way he was, he probably would have been the same place he is right now. But let's go ahead and let you take credit for his talent.
Before that, you wasn't a fucking thing. You wasn't shit. Me as a dude from around here who's broken every fucking rule when everyone told me somebody that looks like me wouldn't be able to do this. When the mainstream told me I wouldn't be able to do this, I grabbed my motherfucking boots and I put them bitches on and I done the.
I just want to say that, Luke Combs' net worth about twice what yours is already. With the label deal comes the real money, the real promotion, the real concerts, the real paychecks, and I get it, wanting to be independent, but at the end of the day, if it's about generational wealth, you're never going to find it being an independent. You're only going to find it being a national recording artist signed to a national label. And I hear what you say all the time about how that's just such a bad thing. But I can tell you, there are a lot of very, very, very wealthy country music stars that I mean are wealth, like wealth beyond like it's generational wealth, Ryan. It's like it's not the wealth that would let you go buy a cool used Cadillac and a Escalade and a Ferrari. It's the kind of wealth that three generations can live in mansions and never work a day in their life, and you can build hospitals and schools in your name and that sort of thing, like real wealth, like like Garth Brooks kind of wealth, like there's so many just massively wealthy um, country music stars. And for you to act like you're the only one doing something, it's laughable, dude. Yeah, you got a little something going on there with the independent thing, but you don't have near the fucking money some real country music stars have. They got 10 times what you got, buddy.
Fucking thing. You was from around here. I told you, bro, don't listen to these people. You can support your family way better without fucking with these people. Oh, I'm never gonna do that. Holler boy for life. Holler boy for life, my ass, motherfucker. Holler boy ain't gonna do no hoe shit like that. Yeah, Upchurch, promote the fuck out of me. Yeah, man. Holler boys for life.
But that was just it. You didn't promote him very well. You, like I said, you did mention that you signed him to Holler Boy, and then we all kind of waited. Nothing really happened. I mean, we thought you'd do a concert together. We thought, you'd be like touring with the dude. We thought, you would be there'd be something going on. But what we saw was you trolling Johnny Gobble all summer while Chase Matthews was out trying to get some traction. And he did that concert for his song going gold, and you didn't even show up. You know, you didn't even show up. What'd you do? You chased some girl to West Virginia. I mean, yeah, I think you were pretty distracted while he was out working on himself.
And you wonder why I didn't do that many goddamn songs with you, because I fucking half-assed started to not believe you. And what do you know? My gut was right. Back to the article. Anyway, he said, Ryan Upchurch gave me an opportunity to put me on the map. Looking forward, we wanted to maintain how we work, but grow the team in order to build bigger.
Do you know how much better it would have looked for you, Ryan, if when Chase went gold, if you would have showed up at the party like you were supposed to, and said, "Listen, we're so glad to be a part of Chase's success. We're so glad and thrilled to see that we were able to bring him to this level. And now I just wish nothing but the best for him. It's he's outgrown us. It's time for him to spread his wings, and we're just looking forward to bringing the next guy up through the ranks." You would have looked so good doing that. Right now, you just sort of look like, I don't know, pathetic.
Who the fuck is we, bro? It's not me. The fuck are you talking about? We wanted to maintain how we work, but grow the team in order to build bigger. Will you shut the fuck up with some stupid shit like that? This is as big as Holler Boy Records is ever gonna be. You're fucking looking at it.
Well, I think that would be the motivating factor in him signing with Warner Brothers, because you've done all you could do for him. And I just think, there his song is, it's going gold, and his label is on YouTube hallucinating, dragging grieving parents, claiming that Ellen DeGeneres' girlfriend isn't real because you don't understand all the links and the mathematical equation of a triangle could possibly have some hidden meaning in the death of a young girl in California that you blamed three YouTubers for. Um, yeah, I think I think Holler Boy Records had taken Chase as far as he could go at that point, and it was time for him to get off the small bus and get on the big bus that's going uptown. You know, the big bus where he's not blacklisted in the industry. You know, that bus.
Then it continues with Warner Nashville understood our goals and provided the opportunity for a true partnership, allowing me to maintain creative control. Man, you said
You don't even know what kind of deal he got, and you're ready to drag him over it. I would argue that if he can go in the studio, record the songs he likes, and get paid damn good for it, there's nothing but a win-win there. You know, I just don't think he shares your passion for trash mouthing the music industry. I think he kind of likes the music industry and he wants to embrace it and he wants to be a part of it rather than be on team trash mouth.
in a fucking room with other people to write the most basic, shitty, generic fucking country songs in Nashville.
But if they put a paycheck in the bank, put food on the table, get you a new truck instead of a used one, I don't know. Probably a good thing.
It takes multiple of y'all to write shitty fucking songs. And let me tell you something, bitch. When I fucking called you the other day and said, hey, what the fuck is this article about? And you're like, oh, I don't know, man. I have creative control. I said, okay, won't you call them and tell them to fix the fucking article? And what did you say? You said, okay, man, I mean, I guess I can get them to edit it. Is that what you want? I said, no, I want them to make it true. Listen, motherfucker, you write songs for a living.
So let me get this straight. You wanted the article to be about you instead of him. Is that what we're hearing? That Chase's article about his signing with Warner Brother and his gold record needed to be more about you because you gave him a truck.
You know, when you put words a certain way, it looks a certain way. You're a songwriter, aren't you? I mean, I know it takes fucking 10 of y'all to write a shit song, but you're a songwriter. So it really pisses me off for me and for Creek Squad, and I don't give a fuck how many of y'all think that sounds stupid. I'm being serious. For Creek Squad, it says Warner Nashville.
Are you talking about the Creek Squad that's out here bullying people? The Creek Squad that's out here trash mouthing people, and the very instant they can't win an argument, they start talking about children and sex. You mean that Creek Squad? Yeah, I don't think Chase needs those people as much as you think he does.
Understood our goals. Let me tell you something. And whoever the fuck's watching this with your goddamn panties in a bunch. Warner Nashville could never understand what I'm working for and what I'm doing.
Why would they need to? What is it you're working for? If it ain't about the money, what is it then, really? Because at the end of the day, that's what matters. I mean, every song you do, every vlog you do, we hear about how much money you got. Well, if it ain't about that, then is it about like writing the perfect country and western song? Is what is it? What is it? Okay, because I can tell you that now Chase's song will be heard on the radio. As long as he's stuck with you, it was never going to be heard on the radio. The only place you would ever hear his song would be on TikTok and YouTube and Apple streaming services. But it would never be on the radio. Maybe the kid wants to be on the radio, someday.
They know what I'm doing. They're trying to act like they're a part of it. They're not. Warner Nashville sucks complete fucking nuts.
I would argue they probably don't even think about you day to day, Ryan. I bet they don't even really think about you much. I mean, great. Yeah, I mean, you got, ain't gonna take it away from you. You got a lot of success there as an independent artist, but you'd only go so far that way. Never going to have national success. You couldn't, Brian Upchurch, you couldn't go to Compton and sell out an arena. Okay. You couldn't go to New York City and sell out a theater. Okay. Luke Combs could. Kane Brown probably could. And in a year, Chase Matthews probably could. But you can't. Your popularity is isolated to the amount of fans you can maintain on social media. And you've lost quite a few over this last couple of months. I mean, you just don't know it or you don't want to admit it, but a lot of rational people aren't down with what you're about right now. Not by a long shot.
Anyway, moving on to this dumb fucking lying ass goddamn article. Then it says, quote by Chase, I'm thrilled to be able to work with Horner Nashville team and take this thing to a whole new level for the fans. Check it. Here's the last line. All while keeping God's plan first. No, it's your motherfucking plan.
Well, what should Chase Matthews' plan be? Should his plan be yours? Is that what you're saying? Oh, that's right. I forgot. You bought him a truck. He does. His whole life has to be about you now. And
it's Warner's fucking plan. And by the way, you know, it says all while keeping God's plan first. Well, I'm pretty sure God wouldn't like the fact that you motherfuckers are sitting here pretty much lying. And I told you to fucking.
Can you believe what you're hearing, folks? What do you think God thinks about you dragging grieving parents to your Creek Squad? What do you think God thinks about you singling out some random woman that you don't know from Adam? She didn't even know who you were, never heard of you before. And you just turn to your Creek Squad fan base and just trash mouth her and then sit back and grin while they just wreak havoc on her life and anybody that would dare to stick up for her. Wonder what God's plan is for that. Just wondering.
Change it to make it true, and guess what? It's fucking 3 days later, motherfucker. It still ain't fucking changed. So you signed a deal with the devil to keep God's plan first while you sit here and fucking lie about a guy named Upchurch. Y'all the dumbest motherfuckers down there.
I didn't see him say anything about you in that article, Ryan. I read the whole article and he doesn't talk about you at all. So I don't understand. I mean, did you want, I guess we all just want to know what is it you're so mad about? Was it because the article wasn't about you? That it was about him? I mean, the article wasn't, Ryan Upchurch signs with Warner Brother Gold Record. It was Chase Matthews Gold Record signs with Warner Brothers. So, of course, the article would be about him and his plan, not you and your plan for him because you bought him a truck. Those gifts that have conditions.
There. Then it continues with a quote from the co-president of Warner Music Nashville. It says, Chase's mix of rebellion and reverence is what drew us to him. Everybody watching this knows that's a motherfucking lie. That's the biggest lie in this entire motherfucking article.
Why is that a lie? I don't understand. It's obviously they know that he's marketable. So let me get this right. Let's see how this works. You obviously saw something in him because you signed him to Holler Boy and gave him a used truck. And so Warner Brothers sees the same thing in him and now it's a lie.
You motherfuckers noticed him because of me. You did.
They noticed him because enough people played his music to make it go gold. And I would argue that probably would have happened anyway because it was trending on TikTok and had well enough attention to get traction on its own. But anyway, let's give you credit that you told Crack Squad about the dude and they made a little bit of noise, and then what? It's his talent, it's his song, it's him they wanted, not Holler Boy Records.
You didn't notice him because he's a fucking rebel? What in the fuck has he done that's goddamn rebellious? Then co-president of Warner Music Nashville goes on to say, quote, the impact he has on his massive loyal fans comes from music and messages that are unapologetically redemptive and put him squarely in the center of this format's most authentic storytellers.
Now you understand that is the journalist, Ryan, the journalist that is writing this article. That's them thinking out loud. That's not Chase's words, right? That's just the journalist that's writing the articles thinking out loud. And it's not supposed to be about you, Ryan. It's supposed to be about him. It's the article's about him.
What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Did y'all fucking bump your goddamn heads or something? Well, I can tell you this mass of loyal fans he got from music and messages and being a rebel, as y'all say, yeah, that's about to go down some percentiles, bud. Then there's another quote by a guy named Ben Klein, co-president of Warner Music. Y'all got two co-presidents? What the fuck? Okay. Anyway, listen to his dumb fucking quote. It says, the fan reaction to Chase and his music, both in his live show and his streaming and engagement metrics, are proof of just how talented he is. Nah, it's proof of how powerful I am. And y'all about to find out how powerful that is. And just
Yeah, we saw how powerful you are. How you can flip on your camera and just wreak havoc on people's lives that haven't done anything to deserve it. You know how you can stay up tripping for 3 days, chasing invisible links, dragging grieving parents, and slandering people you don't know anything about to your fan base, and then giggling your ass off when your low IQ Crack Squad goes after them, wreaking havoc on them out of YouTube into the real life, getting a bunch of weirdos to stalk people and then thinking it's funny. Yeah, we know.
just think, this video never ever would have happened if you'd have done what the fuck I told you to do when I called you, dipshit. What did I ask for? Motherfucker, I ain't asked you for nothing. Never. I ain't said, hey, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. Do you know why, asshole? Because Holler Boy Records ain't a fucking building where everybody meets and touches each other's dicks and writes a dumb fucking song. A Holler Boy record is inside of a Holler Boy. You ain't a fucking Holler Boy.
Well, and I would say, based on what we've seen as of late, that is a good thing, because I don't think anybody in their right mind would attach their career to what we've seen as of late. You're going to get sued pretty severely over your antics here recently. And I know you think it's funny, and I know you flip on your camera and you tell your little low IQ crack squad, you just lie through your teeth to them, and they're so damn gullible they believe it. But the rest of us that that got an IQ above 2, Ryan, we know you're gonna get your ass sued big time over what you did. You can't do that to people from a celebrity platform and not get sued. It's like they go together. You slander someone from your celebrity platform, you are going to get sued. Just saying.
You're a fucking liar, is what you are. And if any of you motherfuckers say, oh, well, why are you being so mean? Because they sitting here talking about God, this is God's plan, yada, yada, yada. And they sitting here lying. And Chase, I called you the other day, pissed as fuck. And I'm still pissed as fuck. Actually, I'm more pissed now.
Because I gave you a used truck, and you're supposed to forever be blindly loyal to me. If I want to use my Holler Boy record platform to slander innocent people, accusing them of murder and sex with children, if I want to drag grieving parents from my Holler Boy Records platform, by God, I'll do it. And you'll stand there beside me, or else I'll take the used truck back. That's what.
He said, well, what do you want? You said, what do you want me to do? Make this true. I'm looking at it right now, and guess what, motherfucker? It still ain't fucking true. And listen.
And there ain't one thing in there about you. It's about him and his life and where he's going.
Listen, motherfucker, first off, you better not say one motherfucking thing about me. You know you better not.
But you can drag him all you want. I like how that works, man. That's really cool. You get a trash mouth anybody you want, but if they say something back to you, well, they're doing something wrong. Yeah, that's kind of the way Crack Squad is too. You got those guys. I see why you and them connect so well, because they're the same way. They think they can come on my podcast and call me a child predator and all this shit, and if I say something back to them, I'm some bully. It's amazing to me how identical you guys think. You guys think exactly alike. Is I can say anything I want to somebody, but if they say something back to me, well, by God, then we're going to talk about morals.
Say not one motherfucking thing about me. The most you better fucking do is make this fucking thing true and tell them to edit this fucking article, because your boy over here ain't got nothing to do with these kind of people. Fuck.
They don't care about you, Ryan. Warner Brothers. They don't. They're not going to change the article because it wasn't about you. That article is going to stay just the way it is about Chase. It's not ever going to be about you. I mean, I hate to tell you, but I can promise you that's not going to happen.
These kind of people, I don't fucking like these kind of people. The fuck you gonna say? Well, you didn't really tell me you're not gonna do it. Well, I'm not in the fucking, the business of telling other dudes what to do. That's kind of fucking gay. The only thing, I don't even give a fuck what you're doing, dude. You know what I care about? I care that you motherfuckers in this article are making me look like I'm in cahoots with Warner Nashville. Fuck Warner Nashville.
What they could have done in that article. I mean, if they wanted to make the article more true, Ryan, what they could have wrote was that Chase Matthews decided to leave the independent label Holler Boy Records and sign with Warner Brother because he was of fear of his reputation being ruined by the owner of Holler Boy Records, going online, obviously under the influence of some kind of methamphetamine or some kind of an upper, and dragging grieving parents, and then literally saying out loud on a microphone that some of the people that he owes royalties to aren't going to get paid because he don't like them anymore. People that that were owed royalties because they helped him, write some hit songs. And now that you don't like them anymore, they don't get paid. And I think then the article would have been more true. I mean, they could have put all that in there. They could have put in there that you pulled an Alex Jones and all that, but no, they kept the article about Chase and not about you. And I think that's what you're really mad about, to be honest.
Fuck mainstream Nashville. And last but not least, fuck anybody who's writing about Creek Squad in an article as if they're just another number. So in that case, I guess it's fuck you. And fuck.
Yeah, you know what they ought to write about Creek Squad? Or Crack Squad, rather. Yeah. They ought to write about the comments they make to people. They should take that whole package of shitty comments I mailed to YouTube and write an article about that.
Fuck Warner Nashville again, twice. And looking at this article and seeing how you promote shit and are all about Jesus. It's a shame. And it's really disappointing. It is disappointing and it's very disrespectful.
Coming from a guy who just spent a week sitting on a panel with 3 other knuckleheads, doxing an innocent woman and her family for a solid week, every smidget of every speck of information you could find, and then publicly announce it to Crack Squad as if you were appointed to be the lead investigator in a missing child case that really just wasn't even any of your damn business. You didn't get one thing right. Not one thing. Every assumption you made was completely wrong. And then here you are. You won't apologize for it. People's lives were ruined, Ryan. Ruined. Okay. You got one young girl, can't use her social media anymore. Got another woman who, anytime she shows her face on social media, she's got Crack Squad to look forward to. She's also got about 3 other lunatics that are stalking her now. And let's be clear, Ryan, those lunatics, and these are like the real deal, Ryan. These guys are like the real deal lunatics that are stalking her because of you, like the real deal. Okay, convicted felons and stuff, right? They wouldn't even know who she was, but for you. You caused it. And you don't have the spine or the backbone to apologize for it, or call your Crack Squad off of them to say, hey, all that stuff I said about these people, yeah, none of it was true. I made it all up. No, you don't have the spine to do it, but you're going to get on here and critique somebody else's faith is a joke.
It's disrespectful to me. It's disrespectful to the independent music industry. It's disrespectful to everybody that listens to my music.
But the crap you do isn't. I mean, so let me get this straight. So Chase can write an article saying, hey, I want to stay true to myself, and gonna stay grounded in my faith and that sort of thing. And that's untruthful. But the shit you flip your camera on and say is what? What would we call that?
With all this creative control you claim to fucking have that me and you both know you fucking don't have, it's pretty fucking pathetic that all I asked you to do was tell them to make some digital fucking words different to make this true. And somebody who's...
We've been begging you for a month now to walk back your inaccurate information and replace it with factual statements so that some people, some innocent people, could maybe recover a piece of their normal life that they had before you decided to destroy it for them using your celebrity platform, your your fame, the same fame you used to promote Chase Matthews, you used to destroy people. And we're still waiting on you to correct that. So I guess, we have that in common.
Always talking about God and stuff. And how this is going to be so great. And I love these guys. They're already fucking your career up, dude.
They can't hurt his career nowhere near how bad you hurt yours over the last month. Nowhere near.
You got a song coming out called She Loves Jesus. And you can't even have the fucking respect to get these cocksucking motherfuckers to change this article to make it true.
I'll bet you his song gets more plays than the one you just released after the way you drug grieving parents and bullied a bunch of innocent people and then sicked your low IQ crack squad on them out here showing their ass every day, saying some of the most filthy, disgusting shit you can imagine, all on your behalf, white knighting for you and your bullshit fucking meth trip, talking about 3 YouTubers going to fucking California to hurt a child, then scuba dive down on the body with a Yamaha scuba bike. Fucking just pure nonsense. And to watch these low IQ idiots believe that shit because you said it. And then to sit here and watch you do this just makes me I just feel like I got to take a bath now. Just take a fucking bath now. Ryan, it would have been a much better look if, this is where I think you need some guidance because you're 30 years old. You don't know everything yet. For you to think that you never make mistakes or never make bad decisions is foolish. Okay. Ryan, you're 30 years old. Of course, you're going to say knucklehead stuff. Of course, you're going to say stuff that's wrong. And this is where some elderly wisdom would come into play. And if you weren't surrounded by all these yes boys and people that are dependent on you, you would probably get advice like I'm about to give you. Okay, because I'm much older than you and much wiser than you. Here's the advice I have for you moving forward. Okay, never ever do this kind of crap. Your response to Chase's having an article written about him, not about you, but about him and his deal with Warner and his gold record, you should have said, "Hey, we wish him nothing but the best. Holler Boys Records is proud to be a part of where he is today, and he's obviously outgrown us at this point, and he's ready to move on to the next level." And that way, you look, it's a win-win, right? You look good all the way around, and you're not discouraging some other artists from working with you in the future. But if there's a young artist out there right now watching this, they would be a fool to mess with you right now, as toxic as you are, and knowing that if they do one thing you disagree with, this is what they've got to look forward to. Not you bragging about their talent, not you speaking about their talent, not you embracing their talent, but you talking about how without you they were nothing. It's just such a crappy thing to say. You are not responsible for Chase Matthews' talent. That's something he was born with, and it don't have a damn thing to do with you. Did you get some eyes on him that maybe he wouldn't have had? I suppose. But the shit you did after that, right after you announced he was going to be on your label and you were going to give him a truck Now you give him a used truck. Okay. Now here you are doing exactly what you claim that you hate the labels for. You're out here dragging him, talking bad about him, and taking all the credit for his hard work. It's unbelievable. And so we hear you turn on your microphone and very publicly say that as soon as you don't like somebody anymore, you're not going to pay them whatever royalties are owed. So if somebody works with you, they know that they have to always agree with you. They have to be under your thumb. They have to be under your control and do exactly what you want them to do and do exactly what you say to do, or they don't get paid. And it's nonsense because what they should be getting paid for is their talent, not for their friendship. They should be getting paid for their talent, not their loyalty. They should be getting paid for their talent, not their agreements with you. And yeah, I don't blame Chase one bit for wanting to just sort of distance himself. You know, he kind of did his own thing all summer anyway. You didn't do any shows with him. You didn't have him on, do any collabs with him. I didn't see you do anything to promote the kid hardly. So, yeah, you're out here up for days at a time, sticking your nose in some missing girl's business, dragging her family, dragging people, accusing people, and then just pretending like none of it ever happened. Yeah, I don't think any young artist would want to be a part of that. And my advice to you is, Ryan, if that opportunity ever comes again and you're faced with this, you need to just say, hey, we were so glad to be a part of bringing this kid up through the ranks, and wish him nothing but the best. It's time for him to move on to the next level, and we're hoping to maybe help the next guy get this far. That should have been your response, not this. Not this. This is just makes you look small, insignificant, and bitter. That's just my advice.